So Terenzo, we first met you about 6 months ago, and your body was a bit run down, and you were sort of dealing with fatigue. Is that true?
Yeah, well, I came in, I was really struggling to get on top of things. I just didn't feel normal. I had a bike crash a couple of years ago and suffered a concussion. And just ever since then there was like a slow deterioration. Just didn't feel myself, didn't feel zappy and motivated and energized. So I was looking at all different things, and a good friend of mine who's a nutritionist, she came in to see the naturopath at Global Health, and she said he was awesome and strongly recommended me getting in there to see him for a checkup. My whole, I guess, adrenal system was slightly fatigued as well.
Yeah. And how did that affect your results?
Well, like after the concussion, my results definitely padded off a little bit, and last year, 2014, was a really tough year. I struggled to get the results I wanted, and after seeing David, about 2 months later, had one race and seemed to have a really good race, felt on top of it again, won that race, and then from there went on to 70.3, the half Ironman World Championships, finished 9th there, which was okay, but my big goal was to race in Kona and at the Ironman.
Yes.
And I kicked my toe on a lava rock, which got really badly infected, and again it just threw my whole adrenal system into overload, and just that fatigue, that lack of motivation, that lack of energy to get up and go. Yes. I suffered from that again, and at that stage, John, you and I, we sat down, we spoke, and started working together more closely. Yes. Naturopath at Global Health Clinics, he started seeing me a bit more, along with a few of the rest of the team, the osteopath. I was getting ozone injections from Wayne, and I just think a mixture of all that has really helped to just bring my adrenal system back to normal, and I've got good colour in my eyes now. I feel great again. I feel revitalized, and this is 2 days after finishing Ironman with a marathon at the end of it.
Yeah. So Terenzo, you were just saying you're actually feeling really good after the Ironman race, but you've also done a big race in Dubai where you won, haven't you? And had to deal with jet lag.
Yeah, it was in the plan. It was always going to be a bit hit and miss how things would go. Dubai is about a 24 hour travel up there and 9 hours time difference, and the race was only 8 days before Nutri-Grain Ironman down in Taupo. It was a tough decision to do, but at the end of the day, 2 weeks out, I felt really good, and I wanted to test my body. I wanted to get on the start line in Dubai, and I had a great race. I felt like my body was invincible. I won by a couple minutes, and still felt like I had an extra gear in the tank. And funny enough, the next day I woke up, and usually you're hobbling down the walkway out of the hotel, and I was up and my legs felt great. I actually went down to the gym, ran on the treadmill for half an hour, jumped in the water, and then I started the trip back home. And also the trip back home, I didn't feel like the travel knocked me around. I felt like I bounced straight back from the travel. So got into a really good sleep pattern, and just kept turning over lightly with exercise to keep my legs moving. And leading into the final couple of days into Ironman, I felt good. I felt confident, and I was excited to tackle the challenge of Ironman.
Well, one of the things we've been doing with is Dr. Wilson's adrenal program, haven't we?
Yeah, I've been doing Dr. Wilson's adrenal program and taking the quartet, so three different pills and a tonic as well. And I really felt like there's been this little increase in energy levels, and that was one of my big things. My pituitary gland wasn't functioning correctly, and over the past couple of months I've been regularly testing that on the bloods, and that seems to have come back to a good healthy level. And I think a lot of that has to do with taking healthy supplements, and Dr. Wilson's adrenal quartet has definitely been one of them.
Well, one of the things in the quartet, there is pituitary glandular extract, and so what the adrenal does is controls and regulates 50 different hormones in the body. So obviously it's a little bit about immunity and vitality to start with, but then it starts to regulate the rest of the hormones, so you can lead a much healthier lifestyle in general. What you're saying is that all round you've done these 2 incredibly demanding races, and you're still feeling great. You've recovered better, you've had jet lag, and you've still recovered at a much higher level than you'd expect, haven't you?
Yeah, even after the last 2 races, I still feel great. I was up at 4:30 this morning, not because I couldn't sleep. And yeah, doing some work, knocking some emails off. I was almost tempted to go hit the pool and join my squad for a swim, but I thought that might be a little bit psycho 2 days after Ironman, jumping back into training in full swing. So.
Terenzo, I'd love to help you win Kona. You'd be the first New Zealander ever to do that, wouldn't you?
Yep. First Kiwi to win the Ironman World Championships. That's definitely my long-term goal.
Let's do it.